Welcome back, YouTube family. This is our final Thanksgiving decor piece. You'll need this shelf sitter or a 1x2, some wooden words. I'm going to use the thankful sign. I have these pumpkins that I picked up, the faux leather ones from the Dollar Tree. I have some picks that I've had for quite some time in material. I also have this piece of craft paper that I got out of a pack, probably from Michael's. I'm going to start with giving the shelf sitter, pumpkin spice and everything nice sign a good healthy coating of Mod Podge. It doesn't matter if you use glossy or matte, but it does matter on how much Mod Podge you put on the shelf sitter. So we are going to set that aside to dry, and then I'm going to take my pumpkin picks, pull out the stems and the pick part. Then I'm going to go in with some of my material, figure out about how much I'm going to need because I'm going to cover these pumpkins with the material. I'm going to do the 2 white in this color of material, even though I'm using a orange one to get the size of the material piece that I'll need. That doesn't really matter because I'm only doing the 2 white in this so that I don't have to paint these picks. I'm trying to make it easy. Then I go in with this, I believe this is leopard print. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if this is not leopard print, but I'm pretty sure that's what the piece is. And I'm going to cut 4 of these. Now, I don't use all 4 of them, but my intention was to load this sucker up with pumpkins, but then in the end, I just decided less is more. You don't have to do this next step, but I do use my mini iron to iron out those squares. Then I take the leather and sweater covered pumpkins and I just give them a twist and take them off their picks. And then you saw me iron my squares to cover my pumpkin. Now that the iron's hot and the shelf sitter is dry, I'm just going to do this neat little trick where you put your craft paper on and you run an iron across it. It reactivates the Mod Podge and allows it to stick. And then I just cut the excess off with my Cricut X-Acto knife. And then I go in and do the ends just the same as I did the rest. Now you'll see that there is a little bit of white showing through where it shifted, as I showed you there very quickly. But I do go in with my Tim Holtz Distress Oxide and the color Walnut Stain, and I go around all of the corners and edges. Then I take my thankful sign and I go in with the Waverly Antique Wax and I stain that wood. You can either use a dark brown paint and dilute that out, or as you'll see later on, I could have just used my Tim Holtz Distress Oxide and had gotten this a similar stained result. So when I cover my pumpkins, I pull the 2 short sides in and then I find the center of the long sides, if that makes sense, and I glue them down, and then I tightly pull the corners in and glue those down to give it that pumpkin-y look with like all of the creases that pumpkins have, and none will be the same. But I do that with all of my pumpkins, and here they are all covered. Then I take the thankful words, figure out the placement, and just give them a little bit of hot glue and glue those down. And now I'm starting to arrange where I might want my pumpkins to be to kind of give it that look. I want to make room in the center below the pumpkins for the light because I still kind of like the light shining through thankful. And with the pumpkins being there, it will still allow the light to go through all of the words you'll see here in the end. Then I just go through and glue all of my pumpkins down. Now for my second craft. I have had these little scarecrows for probably about 2-3 years. I picked them up on clearance at Rite Aid. I thought I was going to use the felt with the female, but I ended up not. And I used these little beads that I got off of Amazon probably 2 years ago, or no, probably a year ago. And a grass skirt from, not grass, it's like a hula skirt from the Dollar Tree. And I just pull off the strands. Now they are tied onto the hula skirt in strands of 2. And I go through and start gluing them underneath the brim of the hat. If I had the chance to do it all over again, I would have made it thicker the whole way across, because as you can see, there's a space now under the nose when I separated the grass skirt there, or the hula skirt. I just go through and glue underneath of his nose, and then I set him aside. Now the female, I tried to save the hat, which is what I wanted to do, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to, which is why I have that felt there. And I just go through clipping and gluing strands of hair on across the top. It was actually really cool that I was able to save the hat, because the hat red matches the male's red in his outfit. And then once I have all the hairs glued down, I shove the hat on there and start gluing the hat to the head of this scarecrow. Sorry guys, it's like a tongue twister here. And then I glue the piece of material that goes around the brim. I'm not really sure what that's called. And then I braid out both sides of her hair. Once that is done, I use a piece of the hula skirt there to tie it. Once I'm done with both sides, I just glue that to her body. And then I take one of the little beads and use that as her nose, and then I just glue her hat around her nose. Whenever she's done, I put them together. I still really wasn't happy. And I thought, wouldn't it be cute if they had their arms around each other? So I went and glued the arms together. And then from the laser cut words from the Dollar Tree, I took my Tim Holtz Distress Oxide and I used that to stain the Give Thanks. Then I had to prop up the guy because they were kind of at an angle. I glued the sign to them and glued their hands around the sign. And guys, I think this turned out really, really cute. Since this is my last Thanksgiving video, I have a little trivia. What song do we normally sing for Christmas was originally written for Thanksgiving? Leave your answer in the comment section below. And here they are. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget, hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, click subscribe. And if you click the bell, you can choose to be notified every time I upload a video. Have a great day and happy Thanksgiving.